again, I'm going to graph, and I'm going to graph the first member, which is the left-hand side, and that's 4x squared plus 7x. This is a parabola. I'm going to factor out an x, and what do you get? You get 4x plus 7. I'm going to put a little picture down. Well, an x-intercept would be at 0. That's pretty simple. And the other x-intercept is going to be at what? Minus 7/4. All right, I'll put that over here. There's a line of symmetry between those two, and that's where the vertex is. And what's the vertex going to be? Well, it's along that line. And you know what I'd recommend? Add 0 plus minus 7/4. And what I'm doing, I'm adding the x-intercepts together, or the x-values of the x-intercepts together, and dividing by 2. And what would you get there? You would get minus 7/8. I'll write that down for you. What do you do now? Plug it in. Now, someone says, where are you going to plug it in? I'm going to plug it in here because that's just where I want to plug it in right now. So what do you get? Minus 7/8. I'm trying to figure out the y, by the way. And what would you get there? You would get minus 7 halves, because minus 7/8 times 4 is minus 7 halves, and then plus 14 halves. What does that give you? Minus 7/8. This is a 2, and you get 7 over there. So this is going to be minus 49/16. That's a point. I'm going to say maybe about here about, and draw a picture. And again, these are kind of rough pictures. Something like this over here, parabola. So what's the minimal point? This is the minimal point. What are they saying the minimal point is? This over here. I want to go to the graph, though, and the point of going to the graph is I want to do the other method, all right? So that's figure 64. We'll talk through it. This is 64, right? And, you know, I got to complete the square. And I to be honest with you, for a lot of students, it's not easy, but I'll write this one down for you. And I'll write it a little differently than most other people would do it. I'll write down 4. This would be x squared. And then you're going to get 7/4 of an x. And I need to complete the square. What would that be? Well, you got to take half of the 7/4, which is 7/8. That's half of that number, by the way. And you need to square it, which is 49 over 64. All right? Now, I got to be honest with you. You're really not adding 49 over 64. You're adding 49 over 16. So I got to take that away now, which is 49 over 16. And my claim is this thing here, although it looks very bizarre, is the same thing as this over here. Well, let me write this down now. And I'm writing the proper form. It's y equals, this would be 4. And what do you get over there? That would be x, let's see, plus 7 over 8 squared minus 49/16. And again, I want to minimize this thing. How would I do that? Well, that first term's got to be made to be 0 to minimize this thing. Otherwise, if it's not 0, that square is just going to get bigger. All right, it's going to be a positive number if it's not 0. So what do you get over there? That would occur at minus 7/8. And at minus 7/8, what would the y value be? Minus 49/16. All right, are we getting the same answer? Minus 7/8, minus 49/16. Again, no miracle here. We're expecting this. These are very well, very easy problems to do for the most part, once you master it. All right, thank you.